In this video, we'll look into JavaScript control flow statements. First control flow is if else. So let us declare a variable where x is equal to 10. If x is greater than 9, then floor braces, inside the floor braces, I'll say document dot write x is greater than 9. And then I'll give a PR tag so that we'll have a line break here. Same thing, I'll copy here, copy the whole thing, and else if x is equal to 9, document dot write x is equal to 9. And again we'll paste it here, else will become now else document dot write x is less than 9. So this is the if, else if, and else condition. So if x is greater than 9, we are writing document.write x is greater than 9. Else if x is equal to 9, document.write x is equal to 9. Else if it is not greater or not equal to, then it is less than 9. So here we are given variable x is equal to 10. So it is greater than 9. Right, this x is greater than 9. Save it. Let us go to the HTML. Here we are going to call this script source is equal to script2.js. The code we are written in script2.javascript file. So we are going to call it from a HTML document. In the header tag, script src is equal to script2.js/script. File, view in browser. So we got x is greater than 9. Close this. So now we'll change x here. We'll change x to 9. Save it. Go to HTML document. File, view in browser. Now x is equal to 9. Close this. So here similarly we'll get x is less than 9 also. So that's how we can write these if, else if, and else statements, and according to the requirement we can write the code inside these blocks of if, else if, or else blocks. Now we'll look into switch case. So let us take where x is equal to 5. Here switch of x, floor braces, inside the floor braces we'll write the cases. Case 1, y equal to a. So let us take one more variable y so that we can assign a to y is 1. That is, we are switching over to x. So if x is 1, then y should be a, and we will break here if it matches here itself. Case 2, y is equal to b, then give a break statement. Case 3, y is equal to c, break. Let us give this for case 4 also. Case 3 and 4, y is equal to c, and case 5, if default. So case 5, let us not take the case 5, let us directly take the default. So if it is not any of these cases 1, 2, 3, then the default case will come. Here we are given where x is equal to 5, so it will fall into this default because it is not falling into any of the cases 1, 2, 3, 4. So when it is default, y should be NA, not applicable. And then we'll document dot write. Let me copy this, paste it here. I'll delete this code for statement. And document dot write, we have to display the y here. Y plus, I'll have a br tag so that it will create a line break there. So we have written the switch case. This case 1, 2, 3 or 4, we are defined A, B, C. And if it is not one of those cases, y should be NA, and we are writing the document dot write y. So here initially it is 5, so it is not falling in any of these cases, so NA should be displayed. Let us save this, go to the HTML file, view in browser. NA has been displayed. Close this browser. Now go back and we'll change it to case 4. For case 3 and 4, it is y is C. So let us see, save it, go to HTML file, view in browser. So C has been displayed. Close the browser and let us give 1, save, HTML file, view in browser. Case 1 it is A. Close. So that is how we can use this switch statement to check for multiple conditions, and then if it doesn't suit any of the conditions, then it will go to the default. So we are going to check multiple conditions at a time in case of a switch case. Now let us see for loop. I'm just saving this document dot write so that we can just use that in the for loop itself. For I is equal to 0, starting from I 0, as long as I is less than 3, I plus plus, and we'll get this for braces. I'll copy this side this for loop here, change it to I. For I is equal to 0, I is less than 3, I plus plus, document dot write I. So this is a for loop. So as long as I is less than 3, it will write the values of I, that is 0, 1, 2. Save it, go to HTML file, view in browser. 0, 1, 2. Close it, come back to script. Now let us display values from an array. Let's take const arr is equal to, I'll take a, then comma b, comma c. So these are the values inside this array. For I is equal to 0, I is less than 3, I plus plus. I'll write document.write and there arr I. So I'll display these values. So it is 0, 1, 2. So in array, this is the 0th element, this is the first element and second element, because the counting starts from 0. Save it, go to HTML, file, view in browser. So we got A, B, C. Close it, back to. So this A, B, C, we have written it using this ARR of I. ARR is the array we have defined here. Now let us look into while loop. Delete this. While, let us take a variable I is equal to 0. While I is less than 3, curly braces. Here I'll write document dot write I plus, I'll give a br tag here so that there will be a line break, and then I'll increment the I by 1. I plus plus will increment by I by 1. So until I is less than 3, I will be incremented from 0 by 1 after each loop. So let's save it, go to HTML, file, view in browser. It has written 0, 1, 2. Close this, go back. So initially I is 0, so it has written 0, and next 1, 2, and then it will be 3. This condition won't satisfy because I won't be less than 3. So it has written 0, 1 and 2. You can use a do while statement too. So this while I is less than 3, I'll remove it from this, from here, and paste it at the end, and here I'll give do this, the same thing, increment I by 1 while I is less than 3, but the while statement will come to the end of this whole query. So do, then while. This is a do while loop. So let us see, save it, file, and then view in browser. Same 0, 1, 2. Close this. So even in this case of do while loop, it has printed the same, because it is checking the condition I is less than 3, and it has printed 0, 1 and 2. So you have seen that while and do while loop did the same thing here, but if I change this condition, while I is greater than 2, if I say I is greater than 2, then I is starting from 0, so it should never meet this condition I is greater than 2. But we'll see what happens in case of a do while loop. Save it, go to HTML, file, view in browser. 0 has been printed. So the condition is I is greater than 2, but 0 has been printed here. Close this, go to the code. So in case of a do while statement, the while condition will be checked only at the end of this code. So initially it has entered this loop already and written document.write I, which is 0, and then check the condition I is greater than 2. That's why it has written 0. But if I remove this while I is greater than 2 here, and instead of do while loop I'll just take a while loop, then the condition will be checked in the beginning itself. While I is greater than 2, then write, save it, go to HTML, file, view in browser. So nothing has been written. So that is the difference between while and do while loop. In case of a do while loop, it will just enter the loop and then check the condition in the end. But in case of a while loop, we'll check the condition first and enter the block of the code.